So haymaking, or silage making, or haylage making, whichever you will, is almost upon us, and it is time to start finding employment for these chaps. But before I do that, I'm going to look at the grass. Been very dry spring, and after last year's dryness as well, we still got cracks in the ground, and the grass just really hasn't put that much growth on. We haven't put any fertiliser on this year, because we haven't had any rain to actually wash it in the ground. And yeah, we're going to go look at some grass. Oh, while I'm at it, I'm taking my trusty ragwork fork as well, just in case you come across the odd thistle or raggy, because they ain't allowed. There's a couple of my steers. Some of these are getting ready to go on their last trip. Not something I'd enjoy very much, but part of farming, I'm afraid. Anyway, grass. We're going down there. Buttercup's a real problem this year. Again, I don't know if it was because of last year's dryness. Oh, rabbits down there. Eating all the grass, leaving the buttercups. Anyway, not so much in here, but on the ground out there in these two bottom fields, last year we spread a lot of lime down there. And I kind of hoped they would knock the buttercup back, but it hasn't. So I'm probably going to be forced to spray. Something else I don't want to do, so oh, you got to go. And stay out. That's the way to do it. Roots and all. So thistles, these fellas, hope you're digging them up. We top them off. I come over here with a flail or even my lawn tractor to do that, but not yet. I'll graze it off first and then go over it mechanically. Look at that, even one-handed. That's how we like them out. Not the cheapest tool in the world, the old ragwork fork, but I give it a lot of employment. Another here. This was looking at flowers. He definitely got to go. A root on E. I don't know if you can see that. That there you go. There's a fork next to it. That's a root. He's now on a metre long. That's a root. So grass out here, this is the bottom of what we call the avenue field. I haven't cut this for grass since we moved in. This has always been grazed by the cattle, partially because we can see this field from the house, so we can see this ground, we can see both the bottom grounds, all can be seen from the house, but it was all we had, so we had to graze it, and then haymaking had to be done kind of in between and between managing grass. But now we've got the 15 acres extra next door, the golf course. The golf course does not lend itself to machines, to tractors and mowers and tedders and balers. It's too many trees, too much in and out. But grazing pasture for the stock is brilliant. So we've moved all our grazing for this year especially out there. So all my breeding cows and their calves are out there. So there's 22 of those, and there's 31 sheep out there. And they can stay there for the time being. We've used electric fencing to move them around that 15 acres, so to try and keep bits fresh and try and keep it interesting. But it's been dry, the grass isn't growing. So once this is knocked off, which should be another 2 weeks I reckon for this bit, which should be about right, because our other farm over Thornbury by the Funky Farmer will be doing hopefully this week, this coming week. So come over there, you. Dirt can go back in all, just not those roots. Get in there. Oh, I don't want it upside down. Let's have the grass side up, shall we? Let's have that off there, and that off there. You can stay. So yeah, ragwort fork is not good just for ragwort. Any more down here? A couple more. Right, I'm going to knock out these few more bull thistles, and then we'll go and look at the grass out there. How satisfying is it when you get that out the ground? No comeback. That's it. Get out and walk. I think that's mostly bull thistles. That's pretty much all sow thistles in there. Oh, there's one. Two actually. I should have bought the head cam for this, shouldn't I? Sorry, worm. Right then. Now we're going to look at some mowing grass. So, field 1, bottom ploughground. This is probably going to be the worst piece we got. Look at that buttercup out there. Oh. Cattle ain't gonna like that in the winter. Buttercup's bitter and chewy. Right, well, there's a bite out here. It's good enough to graze. Perhaps with a bit of rain, it'll improve. This field was reseeded by my late uncle 10-12 years ago, and I suppose it was only a fairly short-term pasture there. It's, I think we're going to have to just start again. Maybe just, I hate to say it, once we've cut this, let it regen, spray it off and start again. We'll see how the finances look. Saffron, there's a few. If it was all like that, I wouldn't mind. But it's not. I reckon we got maybe 20 bells out here. Maybe I'll be surprised, but you know, some of the herbage is alright, it's just this damned buttercup. Right, we'll wander across here, see what's like in the next one. So why is the best grass under the hedge, where I've been up and down here up to 2 times along the hedge line with a hedge trimmer, compacted the ground, sprayed wood chip all over the place, and yet it's still better here than out there? Why is that then? This is my wife's path, where she walks the dogs every morning. Until I find there's a hare out here with leverets, and then she won't be walking the dogs out here. Remember this from a previous video when I put that bit of fence in there? This in here, we would chip this, so you can see the chippers kept the weed down fairly well. There's a rabbit speedway in there, look. So we created this as well, that if when the cattle do come out in this next piece of ground, they got somewhere out of the sun. So anyway, this is a bottom avenue, and this is a bit of an improvement. The other thing I forgot to mention with playground, we've always had a problem with leather jackets out there. I don't know what it is about that piece of ground, but the leather jackets love that bit of ground. And of course now, you can't spray them off. The only thing I could do is starve them to death. And that means leaving no grass for too long. So this is our public footpaths. So, which the farmer, me, little bunny rabbits over there. See him over there? No zoom on the GoPro. Yeah, the farmer cuts the footpath. Most walkers appreciate it. Some of them think I'm an ass for doing it, but most of them appreciate it. So it's still a bit thin out here. Like I say, every year we've grazed this, and then later in the year we usually don't cut this for hay until July. But I'm hoping we're going to do it in June this year. It gives us time to get over to the other farm and cut and make the hay over there. We've got a far better crop over there, much better than this. I think we're going to be relying on that a lot more this year for our winter fodder. Downside is my hay transport trailer not really up to the task, and I don't know if I can be able to talk my beloved, who I love very, very much, very dear to me, but don't know what to do without her. Fantastic woman, my wife. Might have to see if I can talk her into letting me buy a new hay trailer. It's cheaper than paying someone else to do it, bring it back, my love, honestly, you know. 5 years it'll take, only 5 years to pay it back. Maybe 6. 5 years. So anyway, this is what we're mowing. There's the golf course over there, and some of my cattle you can just see in the distance. So we've got about 24 acres to cut here, and then another 10 acres behind my barn up there. There's Pigeon Meadow. We'll be cutting that as well. So 34 plus another 2 down the road, 36 acres here to cut for hay. It's not going to be a great crop. Pigeon Meadow, unfortunately, is not doing very well this year. We let someone graze their sheep there over winter, and they grazed it tight, real tight. So that was my mistake. Won't be doing that again. But yeah, we might have to reseed that one as well. Here again, let's see, under the trees. The best grass is under the trees. Do you know what, it's the same up there. If I walk up through the golf course, out in the open area, the grass is, yeah, it's okay. Under the trees, it's lush. But for some reason, less palatable. They'd rather eat the short stuff out in the open than the lush stuff under the trees. Again, go figure. So, a little bit thicker right here. Hoping to get 30, so 30, 50 bales off this lot. If I'm lucky. I reckon this year, from what I'm making at home, I'll be lucky to get 100 bales off 36 acres, which is pretty poor. So something else on the shopping list, Julie, darling, is a new fertiliser spreader. And I'll tell you later how much the fertiliser is. It's cheap, it's fine, it's not a problem. Well, it looks nice. Looks nicer from this level, ish, but still thin. And it's full of this. Again, not really what we want. Don't mind the fescues, but we don't want that. But this field hasn't been ploughed. I think I ploughed this when I was 19. So 32, 33 years ago since this was ploughed. Again, might have to just bite the bullet sometime. I'll probably get a contractor to do it if I could do it, and just, you know, big kit, get it done. One at a time. Plough ground first, spray them off, rough the top up. Hopefully we can direct drill that. And the same with this, if we can direct drill this, but it's using herbicides, which I hate. I don't want to. I've always resisted chemical sprays, but then I look at my neighbours. He uses it every year, and chemical this and chemical that, and the crop he's got out there makes this look pitiful. It's just not organic, is it? So no progress on the kiddies playhouse yet, although we did go and fetch a load of tin for the roof today. Something's been perching on that bottom post there, because I can see a little guano underneath it. So perhaps a buzzard or a owl's been using it as a plucking post. Anyway, hopefully we'll get onto that again, do a bit more with this. So I'd like to get the roof on it, get the floor in, and then we can look at perhaps cladding the sides. So again, there's no rush on this. This is not a project we've got to do this year. I haven't got any grandchildren yet, but it would be nice to get a roof on it and get it waterproof, at least from above, this year. Right then. Cup of tea time, I reckon. Is it me? Or are our eyes too far apart? You'll never sneak up on that one. Not from behind anyway. Hello, girls. Plenty of grass out here, although the sheep have had most of the bottom out of it. But then, this was a golf course. It's never had, well, it hasn't had stock on it for 30 years. So I'm sure the grassland will change over the next 10 years here. Hopefully, not with loads of buttercup. Again, lots of lush grass under the trees. Just no one wants to eat it. That looks like a new lamb. It is. Do you know what? We put 2 ewes out here 2 days ago, and that's one of them. I know that because of the big orange patch on her head. They hadn't bagged up, although they were big sheep. And I thought, oh, they're not getting a lamb, barren her. And now there's a lamb. Abby will be pleased. All we've got to do now is catch the little devil and tag him. I'll come back with some rubber rings. I'll wait till Abby comes back, we'll have him then. He's sweet! Yeah, see who your dad was, Dave. Right. Right then, cup of tea. Between my heavy clay soil at home and the soil at the other farm, Thornbury, where we probably got 8 or 9 inches more topsoil. Completely different crop to what we got at home. Vastly superior crop. Plenty of red clover, plenty of bottom in this, a few docks. Should have bought me ragwort fork, didn't I? Well, there's not many of these out here. We'll forecast some heavy rain later in the week, so hopefully this doesn't get flattened. That'll spoil it.